that is currently taking place.
For the last 2 weeks, the so-called learned friends have been sparring at each other over the current political stalemate in the country as they attempted to provide a way out of the dispute. Finally, the rival groups came face to face, with one section pitching for the courts as the only recourse and the other group insisting that the courts are not equal to the task.
It can tell us Kibaki won. If it tells us Kibaki won, then it's still a problem, because we need to start thinking about how do you heal the divisions that have been caused by this? How do you deal with all this violence? I think that would be the right moment to start talking about a government of national unity. If it tells us that Raila won, then we have a constitutional crisis, and we begin to think about what transitional mechanisms do we need out of it.
I don't recommend anybody to take a dispute of this nature to the courts. It will be a waste of time. And we know that, you see. We know that. We know the Kenyan courts cannot arbitrate over a presidential dispute.
A human rights watchdog gave its verdict that the electoral process was flawed.
The presidential tallies are higher than the parliamentary tally in 130 constituencies. Parliamentary are higher in 69 constituencies.
But that pronouncement did not go down well with a section of the group.
The major difference between Kenya, Somalia, and other unfortunate states in Africa have suffered the breakdown of constitutional order. I do not know whether Kenya has suffered the breakdown of constitutional order. So that from a purely constitutional point of view, one would be able to ask whether constitutionally there is opportunity for such mediations to occur in Kenya.
Speakers were deadlocked on just how to get the country out of the mess.
We have seen atrocities and violations that are being perpetrated and will continue to be perpetrated by agents of the state who are following illegal orders. This is why I want the Law Society of Kenya to guide us.
The only solution we can have is a political solution in which, in my view, the parties agree that the president serves less than the 5 years he was sworn, and during that period, we have a constitution, better than the one we have.
We need to create an institution, whether elected and I would hope elected, that rewrites our constitution before we have another election. We cannot go into another election with the current constitutional framework. Good people, we're going to be here again after 6 months.
The government has stuck to its guns that it won the December election, but ODM maintains it carried the day of the ballot. Benson Sarigo, NTV.